It's still the Yes Gang from 101.7 Yes FM. Check your time and get it correctly from us. It's about 5 minutes, almost 6 minutes after 11 on the AM side. And I know it's so very unusual that the Yes Gang breaks up this point. But then there's always a need for us to get to understand so many things about life. Yes, we know we talk about security, we talk about governance, electoral bills, laws, and so much that we discuss on this platform and on this radio dial. But today, it's going to be something on that level. It's on that level as well because the federal government of Nigeria also, in one way or the other, they have been talking about food security, livestock, the livestock industry. Not like engineer Ayolo AY at the back of his house, and someone like me too. I'm beginning to do some livestock rearing, planting. Well, I'm going to get better understanding of this and how I can go about this today. Would I say three wise men? But then, more than three of them. All right, I have more than three of them in the house with me this morning, and we will be talking artificial insemination and food security. Now, what it means for Nigeria's livestock industry. Let me welcome them one after the other. First of all, let me welcome Dr. Ebenezer Olowojaye. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having us.
No, I know this is not the farming thing, but this is broadcasting. You please project a bit, all right?
Good morning, sir.
Good.
Thank you for having us.
Good to have you here.
Thank you very much, sir.
And also with us in the house this morning, I have Dr. Rachel Leigh, the Operations Manager and Programs Coordinator. Doctor, good to have you.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me.
And also in the house, I have Professor Olufisayo Leigh, the CEO of Prymal Livestock Solutions Limited. Prof, so glad to have you. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir, and good morning to Nigerians.
And quickly, I want us to expatiate about this. Then we'll talk about what we do at Prymal and on a larger scale. Okay. But first of all, let's when we talk about food security and why does livestock play a critical role in Nigeria? Nigerians might wonder, what food security? Do I have to attach a security personnel to my food? Or give us an holistic explanation as to what this means, sir. Please help us out, Prof.
Thank you very much, sir. When we talk of food security, I like to just represent that by a very simple equation. All of us know what we mean by greater than, or equal to, or less than. So food security in simple terms, in its simplest form, is just to say that food is greater than the population in any place. Food is greater than the population. Which means that if the food is going to be counted in bags, for example, if we have 100 bags of food piled up somewhere, and we have 100 individuals, so that means that each individual can take a pack and go. Now, that is not food security. Food security is where we have something like 150 packs, and then we have 100 people to go for them. So, as at the time that each person picks a pack, we still have 50 as leftover. So that is food security. Yeah.
Wow. When you began to show that sign greater than, it reminded, I used to run away from that subject. But I'm just staying with you, Doctor, before I come to Dr. Ebenezer and Dr. Leigh as well. Now, with the current challenges that we are facing in this industry, the livestock industry today, and facing the livestock sector with the low productivity, poor genetics, rising demands for animal protein and others, how can we go about this? I remember while most of us were growing, it was always balanced diet. Is there anything still balanced at this moment in time?
Well, I'm afraid there's nothing that is balanced nowadays. I'll just quickly give us an example. When we were very young in the primary and secondary school, anytime we offended at home, our punishment used to be, okay, you sit down there. And then they open a can of geisha I don't know how many people can remember what geisha looks like. Now, now geisha then used to sell for 15 kobo. So they open it and say, sit down there and finish it. And that was a very big challenge for us. We will sit down there, we will eat and eat and eat and then sleep there over a can of geisha. So that is the situation. Nowadays, it is not like that. And that is why Nigeria, because of the dearth of food, Nigeria has gone into importing. Now, the truth of the matter is that performance is measured by genetics. Performance is measured by genetics. Whatever you have, and you know, when you have two different people, two different animals, the performances differ. Now, what actually marks the difference in the performance is the genetic makeup of those individuals, those individual animals. Now, our animals has a level of performance that they can put up. Now, if we don't have the right genetics imported into Nigeria, there will be a problem. What we have cannot sustain us. So that is the problem. Yeah.
Really? All right. Let's let me bring in Dr. Leigh at this moment in time, because I want our audience to understand what this means clearly. And when we talk about artificial insemination, most of us begin to look at what's the meaning of this. And the world these days, if it's not AI, because most of this set of labor employment, it's gradually shifting. I was on his news satellite station yesterday while watching, and they are already preparing towards that level where there wouldn't be that need to have human personnel sit behind this. AI is going to be doing more of these things. Now, what is artificial insemination and its use in ruminant farming? Because this is where we want to talk about food security, farming, all this together. Ruminant farming, is this possible? Can it work? And how can this actually see the light of day?
Thank you. That's a great question. Artificial insemination is a science way of making our animals to produce effectively. And then the major need for artificial insemination is because of the gap that we have in the productivity of our indigenous animals. For example, an average indigenous animal will produce about 600 liter milk yield per year, compared to an improved genetics from somewhere like United States of America, European, and even Brazil right now. They are doing quite well. They produce around 8,000 to 10,000 liters of milk. Same animal. Can you imagine the gap?
That's huge.
That's a lot.
That's huge.
And that's why we don't have enough. Right now, we import about 60% of our milk needs in Nigeria. And that's very sad, because we have all it takes to do it right. We have the expertise, we have the right climate, the right environment. We even have the animals. It's only that they are not at the best productive potential. And so artificial insemination will help us to bring those high quality genetics that we can introduce to our local breeds, such that we can begin to improve the performance of our indigenous ones. And as we do that, we are going to have a higher milk. For example, a cross of 50% F1, we regard them as F1, the first one, we produce better than the parents. We've had cases that they produce up to 15, 20 liters.
Wow.
And if well managed, when we put all the factors, nutrition, health management, biosecurity, data management, we'll be able to maximize the potential of our animals. And as the time goes on, we'll be able to come up with a breed. Because some of those imported breeds are not so well adapted to our environments, because they are coming from the temperate region. Most of them cannot tolerate the heat that we have here. And so, but when we do insemination with our local breeds, they will be able to take that resistance to eat from the mother, which is the parent stock, and then the new offspring will be able to tolerate the heat and give a better yield in terms of the meat carcass. I mean the weights of the animals when slaughtered, and the milk. And as we do that, we'll be able to meet our need as a nation, and the farmers as well will be able to make profits, because actually our farmers are really struggling. That's a fact. It's not as easy. We all know that farming job is not so easy, but science can make it easier, because when we put in so much, a farmer will wake up very early every day, put in resources, put in money. At the end of the day, the animals will not produce good yield, so the farmer has to increase the number just to survive. But when we improve our ad through artificial insemination and even embryo transfer, we will be able to boost our productivity. Our animals will give us better milk yield, more carcass weight of our animals, and under a shorter period of time. When you see an improved breed for a 12-month-old cow, for example, can be weighing up to 250 kilograms. Whereas for our animals to attain that kind of weight, they will have to stay like maybe 4 or 5 years. You know, the timing. That is why many people are running away from farming, livestock farming. Because when you put in money, you want to have a return.
Absolutely.
And so, if we can improve the quality through artificial insemination, modern way of breeding animals, the farmer can be profitable, the family can have more food to eat, and we will also have a development in the national economy, because we will not be using 80%, larger percentage of our money to import these things, because we can actually produce them.
Yeah, but that's something, I don't know. We God Almighty, I don't know, I like to put God first in all I do. He's blessed this country and this environment with quite a whole lot, but it seems as if we're not really making good use of it. But then that's where I want to take my next question to Dr. Ebenezer. There are challenges facing the livestock industry at this moment in time in Nigeria. Of course, there are times where you begin to hear bird flu, this and that coming up here. How can AI help out in this regard? Is there a way AI can help so that yes, obviously, I remember there was a time I tried raising broilers, and in one day 14 died. I just gave up. So, but is there a way AI can help in this regard with these challenges facing the livestock industry? And what are those ways?
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Artificial insemination helping to solve the problems of the livestock industry. For example, you have broilers.
Yes.
You said you just raised broilers that died.
Yeah.
With artificial insemination, you get the semen of quality broiler breeders that have strength, that have disease resistance.
Yeah.
You take that semen, you introduce into our local broilers. So you have quality genetics coming into our local birds. So the progeny, whatever will be given birth to, will be rugged. So I am bringing resistance to disease. I'm bringing high meat yield. I'm taking that semen, that quality. I'm introducing it into the local breed. So my broilers will not die. Today in Nigeria, we have noilers created by Nat Nudo. Some of these birds were products of artificial insemination. You see a particular quality in an animal. You pick that animal, you collect the semen, you artificially introduce it into another animal that has a good quality. By the time you bring two good qualities together, the progeny coming up is going to be coming out performing better than the average of the two, 15% higher than the average.
Really?
Yes. So artificial insemination is about the selection of quality genetics, artificially introducing them through what we call IVF in humans. So I have a cow that can give me 1,000 kg of meat in 2 years. And I have my local bokolo in Nigeria. It will give me 1,000.
What's bokolo?
It's a breed of cattle.
Oh, bokolo.
Yes, it's a breed of cattle. For it to get to 1,000 kg, it may take 4 or 5 years. But there's this animal in 1.5 years, or let's say 2 years, it gives me that quantity of meat. I take the semen from that animal, I pick a bokolo, and I inseminate or fertilize it. By the time the animal will be born, the calf that will be born will have a quality that is better than the average of the two parents.
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, 15% better. So artificial insemination provides more food by giving you better quality. It saves you time. You don't have to wait for several years. It saves you time, and it helps you to reduce cost, and it helps you to be able to multiply food. For example, I want to produce 500 goats in 2026, and I have 500 females, or I have 400 females. I can take quality semen from maybe a boar goat. I synchronize all the female goats, the 400 goats. All of them come to reproductive states to mate in less than 7 to 10 days or so. I introduce the semen into them, and in another 6 months, the whole of the goats give birth. So I have a herd that is automatically multiplied in a specific time. So I can plan my farm. I can say in the next 1 year, I want to increase my herd by 100%, by 200%, so we can project. So if our population is growing, we can say, okay, we are going to plan using artificial insemination to increase poultry by 30%, to increase fish by 100%. So we have statistics, we have data, we have results, because you are using technology, which we call assisted reproductive technology. That is what artificial insemination is a part of. We have other technologies involved in that whole umbrella. Assisted reproductive technologies. We have artificial insemination, which is just one. You have embryo transfers. I hope I have answered your question.
Oh my goodness, 100%. Because my eyes are beginning to see all this. The future. It seems as if the future is here.
Yeah.
The future is there.
Wow. Let me come back to Prof here. With all these trying to get these, put in that, and what comes out is even far better than what you anticipated. There are some common concerns and myths. This the African mentality at times gives us quite a whole lot of concern. And if you're not strong towards, and you're determined towards what you want, focused towards what you want to achieve, you might not probably get it. But these common concerns and myths about artificial insemination, can this just be just for large farming? Someone like you, your outfit, Prymal, we'll talk about that very shortly. Or for someone like Engineer Yolokon, who has this at the back of his house, is this can we do this at the back of our houses? Can it be done, or it's just on the large scale?
No, it's not only on the large scale. Whether it is small scale or large scale, artificial insemination goes.
Wow.
It cuts across all. Whether you are dealing with one goat, you are dealing with one cow, you are dealing with one sheep, artificial insemination goes. You talked about the myths. It is true that there are myths. The first time we did a kind of a dairy development in Ibadan here, that was, I think, around 2015. We went to some Fulani pastoralists. That was around the Barapa axis. We went to them. We brought this artificial insemination there. It was with a sister company. Okay. It was a collaboration with us and then a sister company. We went there. But you see, they brought up all these myths. One of the things they said is that the child, the offspring that is going to emerge from the crossing will not be able to hear them, will not be able to hear their command and listen to them. They said, if they treat them, they do not respond to treatment. But you see, all these are just myths, just like you put them. Now, some of them even say that genetics is not what they want. But you see, the truth of the matter is that low productivity is even more costly. These are for people who say, artificial insemination is very costly. That to get the semen is costly, to introduce the semen, to prepare the animal for the insemination, all of this. But they have not also compared the cost of low productivity. So there are so many myths, but at best, they are simply just myths. For for us to have a breakthrough in livestock, in feeding our people, food security, job employment, increasing the quota of our employment, we need to go into artificial insemination.
Wow.
She mentioned something the other time that, okay, for example, a cow in Europe, in US, will be producing something like 8,000 to 10,000 annually, whereas ours here, at best, will just be around 500.
Whoa.
Okay, now, if you now take for example a farmer who has 10 of those US animals here.
Yes.
Now, somebody who has 1,000 cattle here will not be able to match that person because of the large difference in the production, in the daily and annual production of those animals. So the only way to go about it is to do artificial insemination. Artificial insemination is the fastest technology that can bring a turnaround in the livestock industry.
What are the benefits of artificial insemination to a farmer?
Okay, thank you very much. Now there are so I've just talked about.
Oh yeah, one because
I just talked about
believe
one.
there should be
Exactly. Now you see, in artificial insemination there are so many things.
Yes,
Dr. Ebenezer talked about it when you asked him question about the poultry. There are so many things you can do. There is what we call genomics. There's genomics, yeah.
Okay.
It's a molecular thing. Now you can look at the set of genes in any particular male and then select what you want. Now with artificial insemination, you can select, okay, if your problem is that, okay, there are a lot of diseases in this area. For example, we have breeds of cattle that are trypanotolerant. Trypanosomiasis is a major problem of livestock in Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. Now, but we have this breed, this ndama, that are trypanotolerant. They do not come down with trypanosomiasis. So such ones, we can then go into the genomics of this ndama and then pick that gene, okay,
yes,
and then use it to cross our own. And in that way, our progeny, the next generation of animals we are going to have, they are going to be resistant to trypanosomosis. Now, if what we want is growth, okay, our own indigenous animals, they are not growing well. Maybe it takes them like 4 years to attain maybe like 50 kg or something like that. Whereas you have all the other breeds that are foreign that are attaining this 50 kg maybe in 2-3 weeks or a month. Now you can go into the genome of that animal and then pick out that gene for growth. So there are a lot of possibilities with artificial insemination. And like I said at the beginning, there is what we say. We say that the performance of an animal is equal to the genome, the genes that animal has, plus the environment. Now we can manipulate the genes. That is what we have just discussed. Yes, we can manipulate the genes. We can pick the gene for growth. We can pick the gene for lactation. We can pick the gene for mammary size. Anything we can do. But we should remember one thing. As we do this, the performance equals to the genome, the genes, plus the environment. So we must also do something about the environment. By environment, I'm talking about the management. What is the nutrition? When we are importing these genes, we must also match them with what will the cow eat. Now, I don't know if there is so much serious effort in the country about creating pastures. The only thing we see now is that we are importing the animals. What are these animals going to eat? Genes cannot take an animal to any level when it is not matched with the required environment in terms of management.
Wow, so much to talk about here. We'll take a short commercial break now, and when we come back, we'll look at the welfare of these animals. With all these passing, does this affect the animals in one way or the other? And we'll probably talk, and most likely we'll talk about what do we need to do for AI to succeed in Nigeria.
101.7 Yes FM. Join the conversation.
welcome back to the final lap of. I don't want to say it's all also a part of getting things right in our dear nation, Nigeria. It's still the Yes Gang from 101.7 Yes FM, and earlier with Engineer Ayolo Kong, we looked at the presentation of the 2026 budget by Mr. President Pibat yesterday at the joint sitting of the National Assembly. And at this moment in time, I have three amazing gentlemen with me in the house, even though there's a woman here. But in this industry, we're all gentlemen at this point. And we have been looking at artificial insemination and food security, what it means for Nigeria's livestock industry. Dr. Ebenezer Olufisayo is here. Dr. Rachel Leigh, the operations manager and program coordinator at Prymal Livestock Solutions Limited, I guess, and Professor Olufisayo Leigh, the CEO Prymal Livestock Solutions. Gentlemen, thank you for your time and thank you for this enlightenment this morning. Quickly, because I saw a message on amongst the messages I've seen on our Facebook, and it's from Olalekon Arasi. It says, "Thank you for your contribution. We need to go back to farming, and now in a modern way." Okay. Thank you, Mr. Lekon there, and also you can join the conversation also and leave us with your messages on our Facebook handle, Yes FM Ibadan. Yes FM Ibadan. That's the handle, all written together as one, and we'd love to hear from you as well. But quickly, before I come back to Prof, let me come back to Dr. Ebenezer here. We've been talking about this AI in animals, over the time. But then let's look at the genetic improvement. Is there a way AI can be used for genetic improvement as in human being? Because I said I was on a cable station, news cable station yesterday while I was, and they are beginning to plan towards years to come. AI, even in some countries, is it in China or Taiwan? You have robots serving you in restaurants, and if robots serve me for a restaurant here, I'll run. But it's about the future. Yeah. And before we went on that break, we spoke about that the future is now. It's here. So for genetic improvement, how can AI be there for us? And wouldn't AI render humans useless with time?
Thank you very much for that question. Artificial insemination for animal genetic improvement. Is that the question?
Yes, for animals.
Yes.
It's different from that of human.
Very different, sir.
Okay. That's what I want to know.
Here we are talking about artificial insemination.
Yes.
Not artificial intelligence. Exactly.
Yeah.
Artificial insemination is a part of a reproductive technology, improved assisted reproductive technology. I want to improve genetics. I have a local chicken, the Adie Bile. It takes 6 to 8 months. Kukuruku.
Okay.
6 to 8 months, and the thing is still less than 1.2 kilograms.
Why?
It is because of the genetics.
Oh, okay.
I have Ross 308 from Aviagen America, fantastic broiler. It takes 6 weeks and it gets to 2 kilograms.
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
And it gets to 2
kilograms. Yes, sir.
What did he do?
The genes are different. The genes in Ross 308 helps for meat conversion. It helps for feed conversion, sorry. Very, very fast feed conversion. It takes maize, it takes soya, it takes wheat bran. It breaks it down into protein and puts on flesh very fast. So in a short time, the animal puts on weight. So by the time I pick genes from my Ross 308, the semen has the genetics, and I introduce it into my kukuruku. Instead of waiting for 6 to 8 months, at least I know I can do some 2 months. Because the average that will be coming out will be a genetic potential, a genetic quality that will be better than the 2. It may not give me my 6 weeks. It's going to give me maybe 2 months, but it's going to reduce that time, My kukuruku will no longer be 1 kilo in 6 to 8 months. It can be 1.6, 1.7 kilo in 2 months, and it will be bigger. And it will eat lesser feed. Because for an animal to be eating for 6 months, that's a lot of food.
Yes, please.
So I will save money. Instead of feeding for 6 months, I'm feeding for 2 months. I've saved money for 4 months of feeding. So artificial insemination helps to improve the average genetic potential of poor animals.
Okay. Now, because I really want to know what we do at Prymal, but then let me quickly just come back to Dr. Rachel to help us out here. While Prof was laying a submission before we went on that break earlier, I wanted to know, and just like millions of people will want to know, the welfare and safety consideration of these animals when you begin to take from here, put it here, put here, and then the reproduction. Could there be health hazards for these animals if I have to take from A to put in B, C, D, E, F, G, just for reproduction? What is the safety considerations that we can get from such move? Do you understand my question?
Yes, thank
you.
Okay. That's a very funny one.
Aha!
Because
we are different.
Actually, we are not. What we are actually doing is, even though we say artificial, because of the way it is done, it's still natural.
Oh,
the semen that will be collected from the male animals is natural. It's not fabricated. So, and the female animal that will receive it will produce egg normally. What we just want to do is, God has made us so unique. Even as humans, we don't have it the same way. So if, for example, now, you want tall children and you are short, you want to go for a taller man so that your children will not be as short as you. They may not be as tall as your husband, but they will just be. That's all. It's a simple technique.
Don't go for a shorter range because as it is. Wow. Okay, I think that's
so. It's very safe. But what we are doing is we are doing intentional breeding, making use of science such that we can maximize productivity.
Yes. And
anyone committing so much. I said earlier that farmer commits so much time, energy, money, resources. So they should be able to have a return that will commensurate with their input and even leave profit for them. And as they are also making profit, the society will have food security because we have these things produced abundant, and the price will also come down because we have it. The supply now is more.
And that alone, it speaks volume. Prof, let's go to Prymal Livestock Solutions Limited. And what do we do there at Prymal that yes, obviously you want the world to get to know and of course come visit you?
Okay, thank you very much. Prymal Livestock Solutions Limited is an indigenous company, although we have partners in several places. We have in Brazil, we have in China, we have in the US, and as well we have also in Europe. So basically what we do is we are into artificial insemination and embryo transfer services. All the inputs into artificial insemination, something like semen, equipment, all these we import and make ready for anybody who wants to patronize us. And we're actually calling for everybody to patronize us. Private, government, individuals, everyone. So these are some of our services. Now we also run lab services. We discovered that one of the major problems in livestock production are diseases. And there are not many laboratory services for animals, just like we have for humans. If anybody goes to UCH or any hospital, they write something small, go to the lab. There are various labs for humans. There are very few for animals. So we run lab services to be able to assist farmers. We're also into consultancy services. Anybody who wants to consult us for whatever that has to do with livestock. We also have a farm ourselves. So these are some of the things that we do at Prymal. We also have a social engagement services where we train.
Okay.
We do a lot of training. For instance, we just concluded a training yesterday, which we started on Tuesday. That was an artificial insemination training, and we had people from various parts of Nigeria who were in attendance. We just ended that yesterday. So we do training, and as part of our training, we also go into social engagement where we have discovered that the future of livestock industry is in the hands of the young ones, the youths. Unfortunately, these are the jobless ones. These are the ones that are involved in a lot of social vices that that are bringing problems to the nation. So what we do is we try to identify some of them, and then we train them freely. Now, let me just say something about our semen. Now, we import our semen from the US. Now, most of the semen, one of the greatest challenge in artificial insemination is that maybe low success, and the low success is often associated with no fertilization. And then this is simply because the concentration of the semen in most of the straws, semen straws that are imported into the country that are sold everywhere, they are very, very low. Usually they are between 10 and 20 million. Now, our own semen is different. It has a lot more, almost times 2. It contains about 40 million sperm cells. And that increases the chances of conception when our semen is used. So these are some of the services that people can see us from.
How often do you do this trainings for ruminants in AI? Okay,
thank you very much. That's a very good question. Now, we do this for now twice in a year. Yeah. For example, now the next one now, which is coming up between March and April, will come up in Ghana. That will be in Ghana, and then we'll be back in Nigeria again. August next year, we'll repeat another one in Nigeria, August next year.
Wow.
So, but the next one is going to be in Ghana. That will be March, April next year.
Oh, my. Okay. And let's look at where is Prymal. Is it Prymal or Prymal?
It's Prymal.
Prymal's office address, and should someone like me and millions of listening audience there who wants to make inquiries, please, where's the office address first?
Okay. We have our offices in about 3 places in Oyo State,
okay,
and 1 in Ghana right now. The first one is at Shoeton Complex, opposite Tantalizer Building, opposite Polari Bank, Songo Ojo Road, UI, First Gate. Okay. And the second one is at number 6, Ifesowakpo Street, Ideomo Ojo Arulogun Road, Ibadan, Oyo State. Okay. We have a farm at Adua Waye, Kara Bus Stop, Iseyin Abeokuta Express Road. Our Ghana office is in block 40 behind Absa Bank, Gumani, Tamale, Ghana. You can reach us on 080-8826-6070.
All right, Dr. Leigh, you're going to call that phone number again, but then so that because people probably who would want to pick their pen and papers, okay. but then because of the want of time, I'm going to still stay with Dr. Prof. Okay. Here, while our audience will get their pen and papers to get the phone numbers. Okay. Again, what is the way forward to achieving improved livestock productivity using AI?
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to just cite a few examples.
Okay.
Tanzania, Ethiopia, they have almost the greatest number of cattle in Africa.
Wow.
Yes. Yet, they do not produce as much milk as Egypt, that does not have up to them. Yes. Kenya, like I said the other time, has just about 1 to 2 million cattle more than what we have in Nigeria. The last time I was in Kenya in 2011, I was buying fresh milk like we buy sachet water here. So cheap. In fact, I decided I wasn't going to drink water. I wasn't going to take water in Kenya all the weeks I was there. I took milk throughout because I know that when I return to Nigeria, milk will be something. In fact, nowadays we have come to a point in Nigeria when you see milk in anybody's hand, you want to ask, "Are you sick?" Oh, may God heal you. Now, why do we have all these differences? Majorly because of breed. We have said it here. Nobody can, when you go to the market, you cannot buy more than the amount of money you have in your pocket.
Absolutely.
And the genetics of our animal determines the performance of our animal. If we want our animals to perform better, we have to change their genetics. We have to improve on their genetics. And so, like we said, the cheapest way to do any breed development, to improve the genetics of any animal, is to go via artificial insemination. That is the way forward. And for this, we are calling on private people to come into it. We are calling on the government to give support. Not that we do not have farmers. We have farmers who are interested in so many things in farming. Like she said the other time, our farmers are really laboring. But you see, we need to help them. We need to assist them. And these are by providing the things that they need for artificial insemination.
Wow, such an enlightenment this morning. I'd like to appreciate you, the entire team from Prymal Livestock Solutions. Dr. Ebenezer Olufisayo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Dr. Rachel Leigh, the Operations Manager and Programs Coordinator. Ma'am, keep the good work on. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
And Professor Leigh, CEO of Prymal Livestock Solutions Limited, always a pleasure.
thank you very much.
And we just hope this will not be the last, because we need to keep reorientating ourselves.
Sure.
I appreciate the entire team from Prymal. Thank you most sincerely. Dr. Bakari, thank you so much for being a part of the program this morning. And to you all out there, let's do the needful. Posterity will judge us. Olatunde Ido, the General, is my name. I'll see you again next week, Saturday. Till then, thank you to the Black Peter, and good morning.
All opinions expressed on this show are strictly that of the guest